Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Ruel Gaviola, joined by special guest, the Jake Michaels.
Hello.
How's it going, friend?
So good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah.
Shout out to Becca. She's feeling a little under the weather. Hope you're feeling better real soon, Becca. And I want to thank Bonzinator for stepping up last week for filling in. Speaking of filling in, she was amazing.
She was sick while she did it,
too. We were both
what a trooper.
sick. Yeah. Folks, we were recovering last week from Gen Con, and I didn't tell y'all, but I had COVID last week as well. But don't worry, you cannot get COVID through the internet, from what I understand.
No, just by sitting next to you.
Yeah.
He just told me.
Yeah. We're all safe. I've been testing negative the last 4 days. I feel fine. Jake, we were talking before the show that you have some kind of super immunity, apparently.
Well, yeah. So a lot of our friends got sick after the convention, which I'm sure you talked about last week, talent included here. But myself and our producer, Matt Moynihan, also seemed to be unscathed.
Wow.
And I revealed that I actually have never tested positive for COVID.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
That's
it's crazy. So either I have some type of gene. I did get the vaccine, obviously, too, but or maybe I'm just not good at testing. Is what I think is the other theory. I could just be doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You put it in your ear.
What's that?
Nothing. No, I'm feeling great, and I'm glad we're all starting to feel better. It's been long enough now that we can actually start to concentrate again.
Yes, and be back here in the studio. Welcome on in, folks. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. We've got a great show. As always, here on Good Morning Society, we're going to be talking about things that have been happening on the Good Time Society channel. We're going to talk a little bit more about Gen Con, a few things that we want to wrap up. We are going to have a jacked up matchup today.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're going to be playing this wonderful game that we discovered at Gen Con Seaside, so stick around for that.
Your superpower is finding these quick, small games that are so good.
I love these. These are just my jam these days, these type of small, quick games.
Yeah.
They're easy to get to the table, and then I leave the heavy stuff to you, so you can learn it, Jake, and I can say, hey, Jake, how do you play Dune Imperium?
I guess we do complement each other in that way because it's not that I overlook these, but I don't seek them out like you do. So you are so good at cultivating the best ones. So I'm very thankful.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. Also, we're going to be talking about some new games that are up and coming that we want to highlight. And if we got time, we're going to share a shelfie as well. Ooh. One of y'all have shared your shelves of games that we'd like to talk about. Before we get going,
is this the only show where they ask the audience to send pictures of their closets? And then we evaluate them. No, there's probably like a fashion or design show that does that.
Yeah, but they don't talk about games.
They don't talk about games. That's true. That's true.
But before we get going, we do want to thank our sponsors for making this possible. Perk Coffee, folks. They are our sponsor, and you can go to the link that hopefully is going to show up real soon. perkcoffee.com/discount/GMS15. You get 15% off your order there. So be sure to use that. We love Perk Coffee. We want to thank them again.
They have a ton of eclectic flavors. I was just shopping there last week, as a matter of fact, because I got a gift card from them. Actually.
Yeah.
And wow, what a lot of options.
Mm-hmm. I just bought a bag of their Juggernaut, which I have not, just the name alone, I'm like, I have to get Juggernaut, right? I have no idea what it is. I believe it's one of the more bold flavors.
I like that it better be. It's not a subtle Juggernaut. Juggernaut, the poet. No, it's definitely going to hit you.
Yeah. Perk Coffee, always a great sponsor. And also, we want to thank our most important sponsor. Well, they're all important, but you. Thank you, folks, for sponsoring us and for supporting us on Patreon. You could check out that at patreon.com/goodtimesociety, where you help sponsor all the great content that's produced here.
And we have a little bit of content for you there exclusively as well, where we do one more game where someone plays with Ruel after the show. I say someone because it's usually Becca or myself. Plays a game with, guys. Come on. You can do that. Come on.
It is.
You can do it.
We're 5 minutes in. Jake just broke me, folks. There it is. Yes, we play games. One more game for the One More Game segment for our exclusive for our Patreon supporters, and also Yeah, I'm broken. I don't
That's
know
fine.
what else to say.
You're good. Definitely support us there if you want. And follow us on all socials because we post sweet pics.
Yes, please do, folks. Hey, there's a lot of fun stuff happening on Good Time Society these days. I just saw a bunch of videos drop on the channel,
Holy
Jake.
cow. Our how to play for what is known as the Cosmere RPG, but some people may know it more familiarly by the Stormlight Archive property that's attached to it. That video has been doing gangbusters because the campaign for the RPG itself has been doing gangbusters.
Yeah, it's been a huge thing. You know, as we go straight to our computers, you want to pull that up, the numbers. They just launched, was it last week on Tuesday, I believe?
Tuesday.
So about a week ago, Brotherwise Games launched the Stormlight RPG.
With a $250,000 goal, they only are at $7.4 million.
Wow! Congrats to Brotherwise. That'll
buy you 2 houses in LA. That's pretty crazy.
2?
Yeah, maybe.
1.5, maybe?
1.5, depending on the view. It's kind of bonkers, and which is why we're getting a lot of views on it, and it's a really interesting game. If you want to check that out, that's obviously on our YouTube channel. Becca does a strong 15-minute introduction to all the intricacies of the game. Okay. It's still in development in terms of, I think, like the layout and the format, but most of the rules are pretty much ready to roll.
Nice. Yeah, so be sure to check that out on the channel, folks. And also, there is another RPG that was done by Becca and the crew. Season 3 of Atma?
Atma.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Atma, also sponsored by Duncan.
Special effects, folks. Look at that. Duncan.
Wow.
We've got our munchkins in the house.
I was wondering earlier this morning if we could, I guess, it's not blackmail, but it's like reverse sponsor somebody where if we just do a sponsored segment and then bill them for it, will they give us money?
That is a great idea. I've been hyping Topo Chico for years now.
Topo Chico's a great example.
And they've never said anything. I should just send them an invoice.
I think just send them an invoice and they say, who is this through? You just say Jim in marketing and...
Jim in marketing will handle it.
Something will happen, right?
Yeah, Topo Chico. Es muy delicioso.
You have your own phrase?
I've emailed LaCroix so many times.
Have you?
Yes, they never respond.
They never respond. Oh, LaCroix. Do you
keep hitting LaCroix@gmail.com? That's not them. I keep telling you that.
La@croix.com.
Do you email them in French?
Oh, that's the problem.
Wow. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Yeah. Comment allez-vous?
I used to know some French.
That's all I know.
Yeah, they're from Wisconsin, so maybe try emailing them in Midwest.
Do people even hear you? I don't even know if this is working. Do break.
That's 2 so far, folks.
I can't believe that Becca's not on the show and we're still bringing this level of Good Morning Society After Dark energy this early on.
Yeah.
It's just a giggle fest is all this show really.
It really is. I'm going to have a munchkin.
Yeah, that's good. Sponsored by Duncan.
Duncan.
If you want a donut, but you don't want a whole donut, but you want more than a whole donut multiple times, try Duncan.
Oh,
I offered us a donut. I said, no, I shouldn't. Instead, get munchkins, which are like 30 donuts. They're just smaller.
But they're small. They're cute.
Exactly. So they're cuter and they feel easier to eat.
We're totally going to bill Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Have Jim in marketing.
Yeah, just deal with it.
Yeah. All right.
Where did we leave off? Atma.
Atma, yes.
Yeah. So another great video that we made. It was GM'd by our dear friend Josephine McAdam, who moved away recently.
Oh, that's right.
She's in Europe now, but we still get to work with her. I immediately was like, I want to hire you for something because you're a great performer. And what do you know? Atma came up. I was like, this would be perfect for you. It's a card-based role-playing game. I think their Kickstarter is complete now. I should look that up. Atma Season 3? I know Season 2 and Season 3 were kind of coming out at the same time. There it is, Season 3. It has 6 days to go. There's $28,000. You guys can support it. It's a smaller thing compared to Stormlight, obviously. Not quite the huge IP property, but super fun. The ladies had a great time. They were Becca was joined by Josephine and Havana Mahoney and Lexi McQueen.
A very nice lineup, yes.
And Atma seems like a really cool way if you want to run an RPG, but you don't have the time to generate all the backstory, do all that sort of stuff. You just want to one-shot it and get it done.
Yeah, that's true.
Really fun.
The prep is really light, which is nice.
Awesome.
Does it for you. It's
All All right, so that's some of the cool stuff happening on the channel right now, folks. Be sure to check that out, and let's talk about some games, Jake, shall we?
Please.
Let's talk about some games.
Let's do it. I never get to anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before we get into the games, well, there's the one right there. Oh, here we are. Yeah, look at that. Boom.
That's a seamless transition.
Ruel, you betrayed me.
You like that?
Betrayed me for the last time, Ruel.
Wrap up. I want to wrap up a couple of things, Gen Con. Now, we talked about Gen Con last week, but there are a couple of things I want to wrap up. Like, how was your first experience? This is the first
it sounds
time
like you were confronting me. Like,
oh, yeah.
Your first time. I want to talk about something that happened. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was my first. Yeah. I was telling you earlier, I both wish I'd gone earlier, and also I'm happy that I went when I did, because I have such a cool network of friends now to meet up with there, yourself included, but also many of the people that I've met through doing this job and meeting other content creators and the publishers and people that are in chat right now. As a matter of fact, we got to hang out with Justin a lot, who's chatting it up right now, as well as I think Sprinkles in the chat, who we saw earlier, and just a bunch of people that were there. There's Jimmy.
Hey.
And so yeah, it was so good to actually hang out with people in person and play games and talk about games and stuff. That's actually what I didn't get to do enough of. I didn't get to play enough because I was too excitedly talking to people and meeting and stuff.
It's funny how, we go to this gaming convention and yet we don't really play games there, which is fine. It's just
tons of people do.
Yeah, they do.
We don't.
We don't personally, but it's so cool just being able to connect with folks there, like folks that you haven't actually met in real life. That's fun, and we're all there to nerd out over these games. I mean, it's
everybody's so
awesome.
Enthusiastic there too. It's a real camaraderie event, and like, I don't know, they're just as excited as you are to see the games.
Yeah, and I love that. It's just really the spirit of it is great. And now, mine was a little, I was saying this earlier, that it was my best Gen Con ever, tempered by the fact that I got COVID at the end of it. But still, it was just everything about it. It was like the perfect mix of work, play, more play, that type of thing, getting up to hang out with you. And I wanted to ask you, did you make it down to the pinball alley at all?
Yeah, so I am a pinball fiend, as a matter of fact. I love pinball.
Yes.
And I did make it down to Pinball Alley. So down between the Indiana Convention Center and the Lucas Oil Stadium, is that what it's called?
That's right.
Which is where the Colts play. The convention rents out both of those spaces, and there's actually open tables on the floor of the stadium where the Colts play.
It's insane, right?
Which is wonderfully insane. But they need that much space because there's 70,000 people there.
Yeah.
In the corridor between this, there's this long, almost like airport terminal kind of corridor. And they had like 50 pristine, were they all Stern pinball machines?
I believe
think it was
so.
Stern, all new and in great condition, that you could just buy a card and kind of have like unlimited play for. And they were giving away trophies to high score winners, right?
Yes.
I never got down there to actually play, and I was like, I really want to do it. But I was like, so when is this not filled with people? Because it's a thoroughfare.
Yep.
So there's just like, you could be playing, but there's hundreds of people passing you by right there, and that's like COVID central.
Oh yeah, basically.
I didn't wear a mask very much, but like I was like, I do not want to just be breathing in everybody in this room right now.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh yeah, like between 6 and 8. I was like, a.m.? They're like, yeah, a.m. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, some 6 a.m. pinball, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely not going to happen.
So I didn't get to play, but I did see it, and it was such a cool aspect of the con. I was so glad it was there. I'm going to try and have it next year.
I hope, like, I don't know if they're going to move it, but I hope they would, just to put it somewhere else. But like, put it in the middle of
Put it in the stadium,
right? I feel like it's a perfect stadium type of thing.
Sponsored by Stern, this show, as a matter of fact.
That's
we brought it up. Yeah, we should. We'll ping them. We should tell them.
Just Jim and Marky will take care of it. We love you, Jim.
I like this. Yeah, you're doing great, Jim. Appreciate all these deals.
So, I was sort of expecting to see your name on one of those trophies, that they had the high scores for, and I just peeked over there. I was like, who played that? Like,
I'm not very good. I really like pinball.
Same.
Yeah,
same.
I like some people are. I mean, pinball wizards are like an understatement. They're like pinball archmages. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is, I love seeing how different nerddoms intersect, and there's a lot of board gamers into pinball, yourself included. But did you know Rodney Smith is a big pinball nerd as well?
I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's manual. It's like we like video games too, but like this actually has a physical component, right? A mechanical component.
Yeah, this thing, the flippers.
Flipper. Yeah.
This
Flippers.
thing.
Yeah,
Well, bumping the table if you're a pro.
Oh yeah, which
well, that's true. Tilting, or well, not tilting.
they call it nudging.
Nudging, yeah,
is the correct term, right? Nudging.
That's a whole thing. Like I remember when people would see me, friends would see me do that. Like, wait, you can do that? I was like, you can.
You must.
You really must. You must. I mean, it's expected.
Yeah, but just not too much.
No, it's a finesse. It's a finesse.
It is a
Brute
finesse.
strength will not win.
Yes. So yes, this is Good Morning Pinball Society.
It is now,
It
and
is, yeah.
I mean, I'd be happy to start doing pinball reviews.
Oh, idea.
Yeah, I just gotta go find a pinball hall that's open at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. I don't know. Again, there's not a lot of morning pinball spots.
Yeah, we got to find some. But hey, we talk about pinballs. Now we can talk about some games,
Yes,
Jake.
yes.
We are here to talk about all the games, folks. There's a lot of new ones coming out. Again,
For real? Should I actually? Should I
let's do it, Ray. Why not?
Should I switch it?
Ray's real hurt about
I
that
see the
transition
video's
from
already
earlier.
playing, and I'm gonna make you pay.
Now we're just going to make you wait. Here's our first game, folks. We're talking about the new Rival Restaurants expansion. This expansion is called Sporks Out. I love this, Sporks Out. The original game was a really fun mix of action selection and real-time play.
video.
Yeah, this video's hilarious, right? Sporks Out. And this is going to be more of the same, just they've added some new characters, some new boards, and the big one here is they've added a new phase. So normally it's you do your money and move phase, your buy and barter, then your cook and counter, right? And that's
Wait, well, hold on. Back up.
Yeah.
Back up the space train here a minute. So, have you covered the base game before on the show?
not on this show, no.
Okay, so no one knows what you're talking about. Okay, good. I'm not the only one. No,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So you're a restaurant owner.
Restaurant owner,
And
you're
you-
a chef,
Yep.
and you want to make all these great recipes for bring in the most customers to make the most money.
Cool. And it's a card drafter?
Yeah, card drafting, but also action selection. So you can see there, you're placing your little chef different parts of the restaurant, and you're going to get the ingredients to make that happen. And it's real time. So it's a real time. It has a real time element. So you literally have to cook as fast as you can by I need this ingredient before someone else gets it. It's a lot of fun, Jake.
There's not enough real-time games, especially at a strategy level.
Yeah, and that's what I don't know. I mean, this one has had success, but I feel like it's somewhat underappreciated for what it is. So, yeah, the Sporks Out. Oh, what is that? Is that a spaceship? I didn't expect to see that. I told this is
A character named Salt and Pepper is
Salt
very
and Pep-
good.
Oh
too.
my gosh.
That was
You gotta love
flash
that.
by.
Here's we're going through the base game here, Action Auction, but these are new characters. The Rat Infestation. Wow, that looks frightening. Okay, free to beer. Oh, what is this?
What is this?
This is a Dice Art West.
Are we just watching? Is this just Ruel's home movies?
I know that,
from
and I
his
did not
attic?
expect that. Oh my gosh.
Okay, it's still the same video.
Okay,
great.
this is still, this is PAX Unplugged, I believe.
I do love that you haven't screened any of the things that you're showing.
No,
here.
we just throw it up
see
there,
what
folks.
happens.
I usually do screen this stuff, but for this I didn't. Gap Closer Games. This is now on Kickstarter. They have already funded, and folks, it's gonna be more of the same, but better. It's got more characters. It's got more fun.
Who's the publisher?
Gap Closer Games.
Gap Closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one I feel like we need to play.
Yeah, I would
that
love to.
real-time element.
I'd love to try it. The real-time element, like at that level of depth too, is fantastic. That's not just Pit or something like that.
Exactly.
I think what's another real-time game that's like of that ilk, of like a strategic ilk? There's not anything like that.
There was that one from Stonemaier that was sort of. It wasn't really much of a hit. Pendulum.
Oh, I never played Pendulum.
So yeah, it was from what I never played it either. It just everyone that played it before me sort of like, it wasn't as
Sure,
what
it
they
was an
expected.
attempt.
It was a great attempt.
It was a great attempt.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't one of their finer moments.
Yeah.
From what I understand. But Rival Restaurants. You have me at the food theme, of course. So. Anything with food, I'm all about.
Okay, noted.
Yeah. Let's move on, Jake, to another game that is now available on Kickstarter.
Look at this.
It is called Koala Rescue Club.
Oh.
This is from one of my favorite designers of all time, Phil Walker Harding, praise be. He does all these wonderful games like Sushi Go, Barren Park. In this one, he has teamed up to create a roll and write with the Postmark crew. So I'm going to pause this for a second. Postmark They do games that are print on demand, print only. So they will not have a physical edition. You need to go to the website, back it. I've already backed this. I backed this last night when I did my research, and it's like $5 US. It'll be available in like 2 weeks. So after the campaign, you just download it and you're good to go.
Okay.
So it is a roll and write, and you're rescuing koalas because Phil Walker Harding is based in Australia.
Of course.
And koalas are they the national animal?
I was gonna say, I think one of the province governors is a koala, but
that's right.
No, I don't know what the national animal is of Australia. But
Hey, we got a raid. A little raid action going on. Thank you. Hello, Raiders.
Thank you.
X13.
Thank you, Vampik. That's my friend Amanda McKnight. Amanda, thank you so much. She's awesome. Welcome to Good Morning Society, folks. This is the Koala Rescue Club we're talking about from Postmark Games.
This is it. This is the Koala Rescue Club.
This is it. We are rescuing koalas.
That's what you're expecting, right?
Yes. A roll and write game. It's going to be one of those where you roll or flip. Is it flip or write? Flip and fill? No, it is actual dice. And they're going to tell you what shapes to draw. And then you draw the shapes on your little koala rescue.
You draw the shapes? You mean you trace the areas?
Yeah, and then on top of that, you're going to put your koalas, I believe. And then because you're rescuing them, right?
Yeah.
There it is. You are a koala conservationist. It's because they plant trees to make homes for koalas. Oh, there's trees that you're planting.
Trees.
Oh, excuse me.
Kangaroo is our national animal. I was gonna say kangaroo, but then I thought someone would be like, "That's cliche, Jake. You shouldn't say that. That's offensive."
But it totally is, apparently.
Because Australians love cliches.
Speaking of Australia, should we talk about what happened during the breakdancing competition at the Olympics?
Leave my girl alone.
No,
Come on. She's just trying to express herself.
I have nothing but love for her, Ray. Seriously. But some people didn't.
Wait a minute, Ray.
That's a bucket hat wearer.
Matt is coming in with the bucket hat, folks.
This is the second white guy opinion interruption of this segment.
I actually don't have any respect for her because I read some shit this morning.
Yeah, I read some of this too.
Yes,
I think.
the whole she and her husband were sort of in cahoots to get her on board. Yeah, folks, I don't know. Controversy at the Olympics.
They only held one competition for selection.
In Australia, to be clear.
Correct.
Yeah.
Where there is no breakdancing federation. I don't know what.
Well, no. She and her husband founded the governing body.
Right. So there is a governing body that they founded. Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which she competed in. I mean, he was one of the judges, and lo and behold, she won for women's.
They
right.
also withheld grant funding from any other group besides hers, I believe.
Oh, not cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he also was selected to be her coach, I believe.
Well, he is the Olympic coach.
And she got gold? I can't remember.
She got trounced.
She got trounced.
She scored 0 points.
0
She
points,
was bad at breaking.
Yeah. This is a clip that's very hard to find because France and NBC keep pulling it down.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, you can only ever see 11 seconds of it at a time, but I'm sure it'll appear eventually somewhere.
Anyways, that's the white guy bucket hat wearer opinion of the day. I'm going to grab a
Look,
munchkin.
you can talk a lot of smack, but that's how we went to college with an Olympic judo competitor from the Bahamas. So sometimes it works out. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's judo. There's actually a component to that is the breakdancing is judged, whereas judo is actually you have to get the points right. Something.
Yeah, I mean maybe the fact that they were from a tiny island nation had more to do with that than the fact that his dad ran it. But
This just said that is the perfect summation of what it is. Breaking at the Olympics was both cool and not really what breaking is about. I 100% agree with that. I love seeing it there. It's unfortunately not on the docket for the LA Olympics, which I think
they wisely took it off.
I think they need to put it back in.
I think they need to wait a second after what has happened. Hold on. We need to process because look what just happened. Look who got in.
That whole thing, the whole Australia thing. Now that I've heard all that,
we've talked about 15 games since the show started, but the only thing that got Matt's energy in here that vibrantly was just the mention of another person with a bucket hat. That's pretty crazy.
Bucket hats, folks. You can get your very own at the Good Time Society shop. And Good Time Society is at shop.com, I believe. I always get that link wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah, there it is right there.
It's crazy. I don't know. Yeah,
shop.goodtimesociety.com. You can also get your mugs there and the Matt hat.
I have a question.
Yes.
Chess is in the Olympics?
Chess is not in the Olympics.
Why not?
What?
That's a great question.
I think was.
It was, and then it got taken out, and then chess kind of did its own thing, right? Because chess kind of has its own world championships.
Yes.
Somebody more informed than me.
An important question: when is Root at the Olympics?
Well, that's kind of what I'm transitioning into. Is like there are other chess-like games that I think could be like perfect information games that could be played at the Olympics. That I would be interested in, like seeing what happens, like Go or something like that. Right. I'm not really interested in that too much. I obviously want to do something we're more interested in.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's Seaside or whatever. 100%, I'd watch it, which is what the board game, the World Series of Board Gaming is like trying to transition us into.
Exactly, which you can find us at next month, friends.
Yeah. If you want to check out their website, you should use our link and our link only and repeatedly, and then send it to your family and tell them to check it out too. And if you want to buy a ticket, we'll get you 25% off if you use that discount code. They did not sponsor this week, but I don't care. I'm excited to share it.
Yes. We've been practicing on Board Game Arena. We've got plenty of practice in for Castles of Burgundy. I don't feel like I'm ready.
You and I played a 3-player game with our mutual friend Daniel from the board table. Follow him on Instagram. And wowza, I lost by 1
point.
It was such a good game.
Yeah,
dude.
it was great.
That's a game where just one choice can throw it.
Yeah.
One choice.
Totally.
You can play perfectly otherwise.
I don't remember what Daniel played. Like, I don't remember the board, but I don't know if he had like, a bunch of bonuses at the end.
You guys fought for pigs early on. Because you guys were both going for like the farming areas. Yeah. And because you were fighting that gave me an opportunity to draft other things.
Yeah. And then I realized afterwards I probably shouldn't have fought for pigs.
Well, at the time, he shouldn't have either. But then you guys both scored fine on that. Yeah. But like, you never know. It's one thing.
There's other things I could have done. But hey, come find us at the World Series of Board Game next month, folks, and we are going to be in the Castle of Burgundy tournament. I was saying I was going to be in the choir tournament. I don't know. I haven't been able to play a choir since we played. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need more practice.
It's so interesting.
It's so good.
I'll practice with you.
Okay, and then you're going to be in the Arc Nova tournament.
I definitely want to do Arc Nova. That's another. Like both of these games are non-perfect information. You have luck of the draw on a lot of them. Arc Nova is more like a little bit luck-based than I think Castle of Burgundy. Castle of Burgundy you can kind of figure out, especially in a 4-player game where there's all the tiles can be out there.
Right.
Arc Nova is like, I hope the cards come the way they do, but I just love the mechanics of it so much, and I feel like I've got the routes plotted enough that I can do it.
It's so good.
We'll see. Yeah. The choir's on the same day, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Okay, so then we can be each other's water boy for whoever goes out first.
There you go.
Okay, great. Love that.
All right. So that's World Series of Board Game next month. Right now, we're talking about some games that are coming up real soon. And, Jake, it's baseball season. And actually, every day is baseball season.
I was going to say, what is it not for you?
I know. We found this game just last night. I want to thank our friend of mine in my Discord community, for bringing this up, called the 7th Inning Stretch. Now, this is a 1 to 2 player game. It takes about 30 minutes, and of course, it's baseball themed. It's dice and cards, and on this one, it is now available on GameFound. This was one of the, I don't know if there was a competition or something, but it was like their game, a solo game of the month. So whoever came up with this, congrats. It is, I can find the name right now, Justin Schroeder is the designer, and the publisher is Best with One Games. So
look at those classic looking cards.
Yeah, they're totally going for like that 90s baseball card look
even
here.
Like 70s. Like,
is it 70s? Oh yeah, look at that.
You know what I'm talking about? Where they kind of were like that? Because in the 90s they started doing foil, and there was like tops and stuff like that.
That's right.
We're talking about the worthless cardboard era of baseball cards, where they started to. Do you want me to go into this? Because we can do this.
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean, you clearly want to go into
yeah,
it.
Totally.
You don't need my permission.
Overprinted. They started to print far too many baseball cards, and they just made them cheaply, and they made as many as they could, and they came with bubble gum in them.
Yes.
And you can buy them now like hundreds and hundreds for pennies, and that is totally this era of baseball card.
So overproduced, obviously, but unlike this game, this is not overproduced because you need to go back and on GameFound right now because it's limited quantities for a limited time. You have your starter cards. This is a game where you're going to be the whole organization. So it's not just like Baseball Highlights, my favorite all-time baseball game where you're just playing the actual baseball game. Here you're the GM, the manager, the players. You're building your team, setting your lineups. Then you use dice and cards to draft your team, set your schedule, arrange your lineup, and it's a little engine building, a little push your luck. And here we are, just flipping through the website here. Set your lineup.
Did you say you're like the owner and the manager?
Yeah, so apparently you're going to be doing some of the non-baseball-y stuff, more like the business, apparently.
So can you fire yourself if you're not happy with your own performance?
That's a good, I believe it's called game over at that point. Yeah, you can take a look at there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why is it called seventh inning stretch?
I have no idea. It is a baseball term.
When I asked Katie about her knowledge about baseball, one of the things she definitely knows a lot about is the seventh inning stretch. She's like, oh yeah, the seventh inning, everybody takes a break. I was like, well, it's for the audience, for the people in the stands. It's not for the players.
You gotta talk about that. The Instagram, the Instagram post that she did.
If you followed the Katie Michaels, she has a little post about her explaining baseball from her perspective because
it's fantastic.
Yeah, I like it when she explains rules. I'm constantly asking her to just do that, and it's a good interpretation.
It's so funny. But the seventh inning stretch is great. I feel like we should incorporate the seventh inning stretch into more things. Whether it's
Twilight Imperium, we do. There's like a fourth round stretch we used to do.
That's
remember?
Right. Or the halfway point.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah. Where you actually get up.
Actually get up.
But you know what? But the seventh inning stretch, what we don't do during Twilight Imperium is like sing a song. You sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Sure.
We need something like that.
Rules, Rule 0.
Yeah. That's what we need. We need a Twilight Imperium song.
Okay. Yeah.
Take Me Out to Mechatol Rex.
Or I was. Okay. I was thinking, something like the Imperial March or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It's something, the impending doom of one player is about to win and we have to stop them is always the conversation.
We stop, we stand up, we stretch them. And
you have to march around the building you're in. You have to march around your house, outside, get some fresh air, and then you're ready to play.
I love it. The 5-point stretch in Twilight Imperium. Let's make that a thing.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I missed some of the chat earlier, but there was a suggestion of a World Series or a Olympic game of Food Chain Magnate by Sam. Have you ever played Food Chain Magnate?
I have not. Have you played that?
I played it with Sam.
Okay.
It's a game that on its face I should love, but I found so flummoxed in the way it is executed.
Yeah.
It's a game of perfect information because it's a deck builder where you start with no deck.
Okay.
So you draft cards from the shared pool.
Yeah.
And so you're like, well, I'm gonna start my deck with this card, and then I draw it, and then I play, and then and that's so fascinating to me. But the order of operations of your restaurant having advertisements for certain foods, and then the proximity to where the customers will go, and then depending on their appetite and which. It's so convoluted, I lost the thread, and so I couldn't master it, and it frustrated me so much. I want to try it again, but it is a very interesting, intricate, perfect information game.
Right, and that's what I've heard. I've also heard that as a beginner, there's ways to the first card you draft, you pretty much hose yourself if you get the wrong one.
You can. Right? Yes, that's one of those games where you can hose yourself. It's not. There's no guardrails in that way. It's like, oh, you've done that. It's like I guess there would be a business equivalent. It's like, oh, you just hired cashiers. You have no cook.
Yeah.
You idiot. You're running a restaurant. That would be hosing yourself at the beginning.
Right.
So I don't know what the analogy is because I haven't played it in years, but the point being is it is a very interesting dynamic game that maybe could break into that perfect world.
Yeah. One of these days I'll play it. I would love to. You know what's not a perfect information game is one that's coming up called Popcats Fighter.
Great transition.
You like that transition?
That was flawless.
I'm trying to get those.
That was not a perfect information game. I'm
trying to get those Ray segue points at the end of the show. Thank you. Popcats Fighter is a game by Estefania Rodriguez, artist Arnel Balayot. This one came out a couple of years ago, but they decided to retool it and relaunch it on Kickstarter early next year through Violet Daisy Games. This is an old school retro 90s style fighting game.
Fun.
But they've done all cats. And I love Arnell's art. I've actually bought a couple of his pins.
Oh, it's like Final Fantasy font looking thing. That's fun.
So good. So this is a 1v1 typical, not typical, but your standard, fighting game. Someone's gonna run out of health and lose. And I just love the character El Tigre.
Do you do combos and stuff like that, I presume?
Yeah, you got combos. You have different fighters, cats that you can select, fighter cats or popcat fighters that you can select. There's the little mat there.
Is this coming to Kickstarter?
It is coming to Kickstarter.
Right on.
It says set to relaunch on Kickstarter in 2025, and that's pretty much all the info right now. But I really want to highlight because I just love the art of this.
That's
Popcats Fighter.
hilarious.
Isn't that great?
Look at the mask.
Yeah, so good.
It's a cat that has a mask of a different cat.
Right? Isn't that brilliant? Oh, I love it. So that's coming out next year, friends. Popcats Fighter. Yeah.
This just in says proposal cover Molly House sometime soon. Pretty hype about it. Do you know about Molly House?
Yeah, I do.
I actually got to talk with Cole and Drew, the designers of the game, at Gen Con about it, and I think they were literally sending the files to the printer that weekend.
Oh, nice.
Like it's ready to go.
Cool.
I know the version that I had seen was like several iterations during the development, so I don't remember all of what's changed. But
I've got a couple of friends that backed in. They're pretty hyped.
Yeah. I will get a copy, and I will definitely bring it in because I want to cover it in some way. So proposal accepted.
Yes. We got some other games. We're gonna skip over those. We're gonna save those for next time because I want to make sure we have time to do our jacked up matchup.
We've been talking so much.
Okay. I mean, we've had such a great time, Jake.
Great time. Thanks, Duncan.
Yeah. Why don't we? Oh, I can't wait for Jim and marketing to set that up. Let's play some Seaside, folks.
Play some Seaside.
This is Seaside. This is our jacked up matchup from Perk Coffee. Perk Coffee. Bing.
Jake, where were you?
Chewing.
He was chewing.
I was chewing from
got him
Duncan.
good. I got him good with the Duncan. So, Seaside, folks, this is a game of set collection, push your luck. What we're doing, Jake, is we have our Seaside in front of us, and we have the sea in the middle of the table here. Let me move the Dunkin' Donuts.
We have our Seaside in front of us and the sea in front of us?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And the object of the game is
Some donut
to...
crumbs in the ocean, sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's to be expected. The object is to get the most things in your Seaside, and you want to collect them. And on your turn, you're going to reach in here, grab one of these tiles, nice wooden tiles, and you're going to look at both sides and play one of the sides. Okay, so why don't I start with a couple of these here. So if I pulled out this one, I can take either the shell or the wave. If I take the shell, you'll notice here it has a little take another turn sign. You just put it in the middle of the sea, take another turn.
Taking it puts it back in the sea?
Yeah, so from the bag, you're going to either put it on the Seaside or into the sea. This goes into the sea, and you take another turn. And then you draw again. And let's say I drew this beach side. So this goes to my beach, right? Because it has the ocean, the beach here. And it says I can select, or I can take as many shells as I have beaches in front of me. So I have one beach, I may take one shell.
Okay.
Okay. Other things that can show.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
yeah.
Thank you.
Ooh,
whoa,
wow.
whoa.
I regret everything.
Oh.
Spider.
It's a little hot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Spider-Man.
And by
folks.
hot, I'm not talking about those sweet calves that we're getting double exposure.
Right. Is it literally right in front of you?
It's just both
Perfect.
calves, so we get both of them.
Nice. Wow, look at that, folks. Calf cam. Bonds.
Ooh, he dropped the ice on. Nice.
Nice.
That's the biggest meatball I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh. Other things you can throw into the ocean here, or the sea, you may pull an isopod, a bug. That would go into the sea and you would draw again, okay, because it has a draw again symbol. Now, if you draw a bird, I forget the bird's name. It is,
Gull?
They have a bird, sandpiper, a sandpiper.
A sandpiper.
This means you may draw as many isopods as you want that are in the sea, and you just gobble them up.
As you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you pull this in here. Now, on subsequent turns, if there's another isopod and you draw another sandpiper, you may keep this like this, right? Because they're equal size. If let's just say this is an isopod, there's two. If you take that, you would discard this here.
Oh, you need the fattest sandpiper.
Exactly,
only. Okay.
yeah. Likewise, if you had two here, you decided to just draw one, then you will get rid of this
Okay.
one. Okay. Let's talk about crabs, shall we? Crabs, the crab in the ocean, if they're here, if there's several crabs in the ocean, we'll just pretend that's a crab, you have a rock. One rock is fine, but two rocks are better because that's where crabs go. If you have a pair of crabs, you take all the crabs into your Seaside.
I understand.
Am I breaking you?
I understand everything you said, but it's made almost no sense. You're like, well, you can always take how many shells you have beaches.
Yeah.
You can take as many grubs as you want.
Yes.
You can take crabs if you have two rocks because they have to hide between them.
Exactly.
But the symbols don't denote that. They just show the symbol.
Exactly.
I mean, exactly.
I don't know what we're talking about. I'm going to pull some of these out.
Does anybody understand? I mean, again, I got what you said.
Yeah.
I don't understand how to play.
Okay.
But let's do it.
We're going to do it. So
Yeah,
randomly, we for a two-player game, we get rid of 20 or so. They say 20 to 30.
Of course, naturally.
I'm going to take out 20. And we're just going to play it like this, Jake.
Who's the designer of this game?
The designer.
The publisher?
Randolph Games. And I want to thank Hachette for sending over a copy.
Nightcat says, this game was explained a few weeks ago on the show, and that made sense. This does not.
This does not. Okay.
Ruel explained it both times.
And it was better the first time.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm just drawing one.
Just draw one, and then you're going to decide what to do.
It's a beach, so I could flip it.
Go ahead and flip it, yeah.
Oh, I can't. I can always look.
You can always look.
Unlike Captain Flip.
Exactly.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a beach or a beach?
Beach or a beach. Okay, so the wave, what that does...
Oh, it's a wave, right.
At the end of the game, whoever has most waves will take anything that's left over in the sea into their hand. So this is for end game. And then this one here, if you play the beach, you get to take as many shells.
One shell per beach.
One shell per beach, but obviously there's nothing here, so...
So I can take nothing, okay. But per beach, so it'll raise the shells I get. What's the points system?
The point system, glad you asked, Jake.
Yeah, the whole objective of the game.
Whatever you have in your...
I hope it's like least tiles wins.
No, most tiles wins. That's all it is.
Oh,
so whatever
most
you have,
tiles?
Yeah, you just stack them up and you compare stacks. Whoever has the biggest
Now
stack
that's
wins.
brilliant.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that I understood.
Okay, cool. So
I'll take the ocean wave. So
Ocean.
that stays on my seaside?
Yep. All right, and that's it for you. I have either a crab or a wave. I'm gonna put the crab here. It's in the sea, and I go again.
Of course.
Okay, now I have the rock. I'm
Or
gonna put another crab. All right, let's build up those crabs, folks. There's a lot of crabs going around. I have.
Did you see how he looked at me right there? Not only was he making innuendo about the STD, he looked at me.
There's a seashell or a bird, a sandpiper. I'm not going to play the sandpiper because there are no isopods or bugs there, which I could gobble up. So I'm going to put the seashell in there.
Go again.
And go again.
I've never tested positive for COVID or crabs.
That's good news. I'm going to play the beach. I may take as many seashells as if I have beaches. So I'm going to take one here. My turn is over.
Great.
All right.
I understood all of that.
All right.
It's a shell. I'll leave it and I'll go again.
You may look at the other side.
I may look at the other side. So, right, if I took this, I would take any shells of which there are none.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. And he leaves the shell, takes another turn.
Now, if I take another wave, now if I, is it whoever has the most waves get everything at the end,
correct.
right? I know you're gonna try and come up on my waves, man. So we're gonna take another. This is early. This is weird to do it early, but whatever.
Yeah.
We're gonna take 2 waves. We're gonna lock in the waves.
Okay, cool. And just to further clarify the waves, if you had a beach and you played the wave, you would flip over any one of your beaches and apply the effect. So if this was a shell, for instance, I turn it over. Oh, the shell. Now I got to throw it in the ocean and take another turn.
I now understand.
Okay, but of course you don't have any beaches, so that just stays there like that.
It's when you acquire the wave.
Correct. Okay. I have either a rock or a wave. I'm going to keep the rock because I want a second rock because rocks come in pairs and I can get all the crabs that I want. Also, when you take the crabs, you may also steal one from your opponent.
A lot of alsos with you today.
Yeah. Also,
It's a crab.
Or
a sandpiper. Mm-hmm. And when I take the sandpipers, when they eat.
Correct.
So I should leave it out in the ocean?
Oh, no. So this will go into your hand.
You have to choose.
Yeah, you have to take
it. Oh, it's always a leave in the ocean or a...
Or on your seaside.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's always one side or the other?
Correct. Yeah.
We crab it.
All right.
Might be helping you.
There's a lot of crabs.
Give me a rock. Yeah. All right, I'm going to take my first rock. I'm going to compete with rock.
Okay. There's an isopod or a bug and a wave. So let's see, if I look at this, that's a wave. I'll throw in the isopod in there. The bug. I've got a seashell or a rock. I'm going to take my second rock, Jake, and that allows me to take all the crabs in the ocean. And if you had a crab, I may take it, but there are no crabs there, so.
That feels good at least.
Yep. Now here's the thing. I have 2 of these rocks. It's basically set now. If I get a third one, I have to get a fourth one. They only work in pairs to get all the crabs. Okay.
I understand. But I can steal your crabs too.
You may steal one if you have a. Oh yeah, if you get that second. Oh, you're always stealing stuff from me.
That's just our relationship. Okay. Now, so here's 2 leaving the seas.
Oh yeah. Okay, so there are some that are both.
I think you would take 1 per beach that you have, right? If you took a beach, you take a shell per beach.
Correct.
Let's bug it up.
Bug it up.
What are they called?
Isopods.
Isopods.
Yeah.
Wacha! Damn it! No, I don't want that right now.
Okay.
We crab it.
Crab.
Rah. Crab or wave.
Wave.
Oh, wave's interesting right now. Mm-hmm. We crab it.
Okay. Try to get that second rock.
Wakacha. Isopod or sandpiper.
Eating the bugs. Chomp chomp. Nice. So
now, if I get another sandpiper with 2, they'll stay.
Correct.
See, now that I'm playing the game,
it makes more sense, right?
Yeah,
okay, there's that. There's a beach. I could get a second beach, or I can throw this on there. I'm going to throw that there and try to get a second beach. Let's see what happens. There's an isopod or another shell. I'll put an isopod out there. And isopod or a wave. Put the isopod out there.
Ooh, he's isopoding.
Let's see what happens.
No piper.
Ooh, there's a crab and a rock. I'm gonna put a rock here. We'll fight for the crabs.
Okay, now I want a piper though. Give me a piper.
And folks, yeah, I feel like this is a perfect game on the beach. It's super. These are like super weatherproof. It seems like.
I drew my piper, baby.
Darn it!
Now, if I did a third piper, they'd both go away, huh?
If it's a different size.
Right.
If it's the same size.
If it's a bigger one, I'd have to throw away the 2 small ones. Okay.
Correct. All right. There's a crab. There's a shell. Put the crab out there. Come on, rock. You need a rock. Shell and another crab.
Get out of here.
Come on, rock.
Get out of here.
Rock. Ah.
Ha ha.
Boo. Okay. So here's my beach. I have 2 beaches. I will take 2 shells.
That's good.
But still, that's a lot of crabs for you.
Give me a rock. Give me a rock.
No rocks. I want
like a rock.
Sandpiper. Oh, we got it.
Called it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and
5. Boo. Nice pull. Woo! So we just play until all the tokens are out of the bag.
So the ocean is empty.
Yep. There's a sandpiper and an isopod. There's a beach and a crab. I mean, a wave and a crab.
Wave,
so
yeah.
You've got 2 waves. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play a wave.
And you can choose any one of the other ones to flip?
Correct.
That's so
I'm going to
interesting.
play the sandpiper, which allows me to get that. Boom.
Okay. Oh, interesting combos.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you're still ahead on the waves, so I need to at least tie.
Crab or rock?
Ooh.
I mean, I actually think I'm gonna rock because you have 1 rock.
Yeah.
And like, why put a crab out there for you to potentially take?
I like that thinking.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. And we got a sandpiper and an isopod. We're gonna put that in the ocean.
This game is interesting.
Right? It was a surprise hit.
And you can play it on the beach, I'm realizing. It's
okay. Now this is a bummer because I don't want to get this second rock because that gives me nothing. So I'm gonna have to play a wave, which forces me to turn this over, which is another wave, but I have no other beaches, so now I just have 3 waves.
Oh, that's still
I've
good.
taken the lead in waves.
So getting waves without beaches, I guess you have to do a beach, so maybe it's not always good.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah, if you'd taken the rock, would you have still stolen 1 crab from me?
Yeah, but
Yeah, not as good. I understand.
I want more crabs,
I
Jake.
want more crabs. Beach. Piper. I can't piper yet. So we beach.
Okay.
The beach.
All right. Let's see what we got. We got a wave or a beach. A wave. So I got 4 waves now.
Oh, that's frustrating. Because then these waves are just useless to me.
At this point, yeah. Well, I mean, put some shells out there.
Waves don't.
Oh, no.
Shells? Beaches.
I was thinking beaches.
Yeah, waves are only for that.
For the end.
They're like a sunk cost fallacy if you're going to lose it, right? So I could do another wave and then flip that beach, or I could do a shell. What's the other side of this? Oh, it's the sandpiper, which I can't do because then he'll just go away.
Correct.
So,
unless you get another, pull another isopod.
Isopod. Crab.
Crab.
Rock.
2 crabs. You could steal one.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of tempted to do that rather than give you another crab. Ugh. I kind of have to go for it, though. You're kind of crushing me, and I think I need to...
No, you got a lot of those
swing
birds
for
there.
the fences a little bit here.
No, I think you're good.
No,
Jake.
it's not a tall stack. I mean, we're close, but, you know. Isopod. Crab. Ooh, this is getting hard. All right, we're going to go isopod because I want a sandpiper. Give me a sandpiper. So actually, I can do it with a sandpiper, or I could do it with a wave.
A wave. Oh, nice. The combo. Oh, so you got a good shot here.
There's a beach.
There's a beach.
Oh, no.
Now, if you do get a sandpiper, remember, you can take as many isopods as you want.
Oh, you don't have to take them all?
Yeah, you don't have to take them all.
That's what I like to hear.
Let's look at the player aid just in case.
Yes.
Take any number of isopods from the seat.
Okay.
So you're good. You're good.
Isopod. Crab.
Crab.
Oh, crab.
Oh, crab.
See, the problem is if they all stay out here, though, you're going to get them with the waves at the end. Okay.
Shell.
And a rock.
Oh, there's your rock.
I guess I got to just take the risk and take the rock right now.
Yeah, because you get that crab and one of mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
I mean, you took the lead there. That's
but you could just sandpiper it into 4, right?
Speaking of sandpipers, yeah, we're sandpipering 4.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
Okay.
But you do have to kill your smaller sandpiper.
Correct.
And by kill, I mean murder.
That one goes out of the game. Just put them over here. Oh, some down here on the floor.
Dwary Wildstar says, Ruel, I've got 4 waves. Unspoken to your 2, Jake.
Oh.
Which is true.
Okay.
Which is fair. It's a beach, at which point I could take that shell. I think I'm going to, because you're going to clean this up.
I think that's a smart move, yeah. Okay, so we're getting close to the end here. Ooh. Not too many. We've got a crab and an isopod. We're definitely putting a crab out there. That sandpiper, no, we'll put the isopod.
It's true, Dwary. Ooh.
We're gonna push.
Ooh. How many are in there? Like 6?
Maybe 5 or 6, yeah. There's a shell.
What?
There. We're gonna push.
You're pushing real far. I guess there's not a lot. Well, there could be a penalty to push.
Yeah.
This is looking all right for you.
Okay. Now, if I can get a rock now.
Yeah, rock would do it. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Okay.
How many do you have? Oh, you have. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm nervous.
Oh, you should be.
Come on, rock. Do I have no.
There might not be any rocks left at
this
point, which is crazy.
I've got 4 of those. Okay.
If you get a rock, though, you're in. Jeez. See, this is actually okay for you because you're gonna wave it up probably.
That's.
If we tie for waves, what happens?
How many waves do you have?
2.
2. Okay, I have 4. Friendly ties. We split. Wait. You said 2? Oh, yeah. I think yeah. Okay.
Friendly ties. We split.
Yeah. Okay. That was the last tile in the game.
What?
So I'm gonna
That's
drop
not
that.
Fair.
That's it. Okay.
Oh, well, of course. Oh,
so
God.
now, Jake, we look at the waves. I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's
you had 2.
lame.
So I'm going to take everything in the ocean. But now we just stack everything up and see who wins.
So now we can go to the not top-down camera, actually.
Okay, here's this. Oh my gosh, is it? It's close.
You got it.
There it is. 1 by 4.
Well done. Good game. Well Seasided.
That's Seaside, folks. That's our
cool.
jacked up matchup. Thank you, Perk Coffee. Perk Coffee.
Wait, there are 4 waves. He has 4. There are 4 waves. He won by 4.
1 by 4.
He won by 4.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Wow.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's a fun little game, right?
Yeah, that ending was
sort of anticlimactic.
Well, it's kind of like you had me tied up and you were just
yeah,
watching. Like I just had to know that my punishment was coming. I don't know what that analogy is. Point was is I couldn't really do anything. I just watched my doom. Is what I'm trying to say.
Pretty much, yeah.
Liked it though. That's really fun.
Isn't it cool?
By Randolph Games?
Yeah, Randolph
Cool.
Games. I love the player aid. It looks like a little postcard. You just turn it around and there's your player aid.
Very nice. Oh, it's so simple. That's actually the rules essentially,
Yeah.
right? There's not much else beyond that.
Yeah, you can play it solo too. I played it solo as well, folks. Super simple game. I love it that it's so portable and you can totally play it at the beach if you want.
Yeah,
Right?
very portable and super fun.
This was super fun, Jake. Thank you for playing. And,
Thanks for having me.
I think we're good to go. What else do we got to talk about
Well,
here?
we generally talk about what else we played this week, right? Is that what you guys generally do? But you already kind of covered it.
We sort of covered it. Oh, why don't we share a shelfie from one of our viewers? Let's go over there. Folks, you can share your shelfies at the Good Time Society Discord channel. And our friends, my friends from my Discord community hopped on over and shared this photo here. This is from, let me get their names, the Board Gaming Crew. This is Kellen and Mike, and as you can see there, they've got quite a selection.
Give me a punch in here.
Including one there at the top that Jake and I are big fans of.
Wow, look at how small it looks when you don't have all 3 boxes.
Right? There's the Castle Burgundy special
you guys love Clask too?
Oh yeah, Clask is fantastic.
Oh my gosh, Clask.
Yeah. I see the Ticket to Ride legacy
Now that's
game.
an Olympic sport, maybe.
Oh, totally. I would watch that for sure.
What is the Ticket to Ride? Is that a deluxe?
That is a legacy version, which just came out.
I've heard of, but not seen.
I've not played it yet. I would love to. Looks like they have a lot of great games here.
Have you played, is that Art Society there in the top middle? Have you played that yet?
No, not yet.
I punched it out and it took forever because there's a ton of paintings. It looks really cool. I saw people playing it at Gen Con.
Yeah.
It looks great. That's Mighty Boards or something, I think?
Yes, that is Mighty Boards. And we see one of our favorites, Jake, Sea Salt and Paper. There's a little box right there. Rolling Realms.
One of the more wonderfully portable games as well.
Yes.
So we're organizing by color here, it looks like? Yeah.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Is that?
It looks like it loosely.
It always interested me.
They got the green, they got the darks up there, they got the blues and the whites.
How do you organize your games? Do you do by color or by?
It's by actually, so I have a deep closet. I don't have a calyx in my apartment. I have like what should be a pantry for most families, but I prioritize games over food. And so it's actually a deep shelf. And so I put the heavy, larger games that I don't get out often in the back.
Nice.
And then the more accessible games in the front.
Oh, that's a great
There is
system.
no aesthetic appeal to it. If you open, my shelfie is not great.
It's more functional.
It's much more functional.
Nice. Let's see what else they got. Oh, they got. We were talking about Phil Walker Harding earlier, praise be. Oh No Volcano, fantastic little game.
Oh, yeah.
That one's fun. Green Team
Call to
Lives.
Adventures up there, a great Brotherwise game.
Yep, and Brotherwise has Overboss as well.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff here.
Daybreak, okay, so I've been hearing good things about, but never played Daybreak. How is that?
I have not played it either.
Okay.
But the people I've talked to, seriously, it's either Daybreak or Arcs for Game of the Year this year. Those are the 2 hot ones from what I've heard.
Okay, well those are 2 contenders for sure.
Yeah, need to play that.
Trio.
Trio, aka Nana.
Who makes Trio?
Underdog Games.
Okay, I need to get a copy because Nana is so hard to find.
It is.
And the game is so freaking good.
Yeah.
And they are the same.
Yeah,
They are
just,
the same. Okay.
Just different art.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to, you could just play with a normal deck of cards, right? Just 1 through 10, take out the, and right?
Is it 1 through 12?
1 through 12, maybe. Well, for certain player counts, but for
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I guess you could. Yeah.
Right.
No, why couldn't you?
Yeah. You just need 3
Ruel,
of each number.
Why didn't you tell me this like 3 years ago?
Yeah, I should have. I forgot. So thanks, Board Gaming Crew, for sharing your shelfie. Again, folks, go on over to the Good Time Society Discord channel to share your shelfie, and we'll talk about all the games on your shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jake, this has been wonderful. I'm so glad you joined me today. Thank you.
Great being here.
Folks, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And until next time.
Until next week.
Yeah. Go play some games, will ya?